railroad's coming down into it, and this looks like main road there. This looks like going through the wash. So we're going to take the one to the right because it's a better road. I got the tires aired up to 30 pounds. Don't want to undo them because we got to go home on the freeway. So I don't want to have to air them down and up again. So I'm leaving them at 30, which rides a lot smoother when it's down to about 10 pounds. But I'm going to leave them up so we don't have to go through that. There's another look at the bridge as we're passing by and going out. We're on the other side of it now.
Go ahead. Oh, they're going up that way.
There's a bunch of bikes coming down the riverbed there. Back in operation on there. I'm not sure what they're mining out of there, but it's private property, so we turned around at the gate, went back out to follow the road, and ended up over here where we were supposed to be anyway. There's a couple of bikes and a little golf cart coming through. A little dust from their vehicles. This follows along parallel with the railroad track. There's portions where there's a little stream running through this canyon, and we might or might not see some water in it. Usually there is, but we haven't been here in a while, so we'll have to check till when we get there. I know right by another train trestle at the other end, it was a big pond. I pulled the guys out of the water. A man and his wife and 3 kids got stuck right in the middle of it, had to one come out. We've pulled a couple people out here before. Yeah, but this tracks here looks pretty good condition, but that's probably because they haven't been used in a good many years since that flash flood came through here. So it's kind of an abandoned railroad track through there. I was telling Kathy that, yeah, the railroad utility lines, as you can see here, and everybody followed the course of the river because it was the path of least resistance to build them. But sometimes cost preventive. When it flash flooded through here, they decided to go reroute it and go another way. So the power lines continue to work, but the railroad hasn't rebuilt this or used it since for a long time, since the floods. Keep it back so the sun don't get in. I stuck it up there for a minute by the windshield. Now I thought of it. The sun shining on the camera is not too good, so I have to back it up a hair. Got a little dust on the window, so it might look a little hazy. Right now it's looking pretty clear, but we'll get dust from where those bikes were coming through. Neat place out there. There's a little buggy, sand rail buggy type. It's a fiberglass dune buggy.
Hey, in front of you.
And here comes a Jeep coming up towards us. So, well, he's got to go to the right. Now we got lots of this. Oh, look at all the, a bunch of buggies. Another fiberglass one. Kind of like a Manx. Might be a Manx for that matter. And there's a 4-seater sand rail coming through. Lots of action out here for Thanksgiving weekend. They're staying for 4 days out here camping and playing. And a lot of action going on in Afton Canyon today. In fact, it just the start of it. Yesterday, Thanksgiving. And got today, and then Saturday and Sunday, and back to work on Monday. Blue Monday. Now this is following the tracks, but there's portions of this where you go down the riverbed. The riverbed's pretty smooth too. Once we got to it, we were going through a little rocky area there. There's places where we'll cross in and across some little streams and waters if the water's still there. light. It would be something out of the past, probably a steam engine if it came.
I don't think it's a good train.
I don't think so either.
What's going on?
Cathys said I don't think it's going to be a train. What'd you say? You want to go in a riverbed? Okay, we're going in a riverbed. A little bumpy here to get in it, but once we're in it, it's nothing but smooth sand. Probably be a little smoother because of our aired up tires. Once you get moving, as you can see, I've only had 2-wheel drive, so you got to watch it. It is soft sand, and if you don't watch it, you can get stuck fairly easy. You got to work up your speed slowly with the gas pedal. Keep up the momentum so you're going through without getting stuck. Okay, that is a little smoother ride. Probably you can see from the steadiness of the camera, but you do have whoop-de-doos from the bikes and little ruts now and again. There's some nice straight clips off there. You wouldn't want to come with a motorcycle, come flying up the other side, and all of a sudden off the cliff you go, and you're giving that old famous cartoon where the guy's on horseback falling down, you're going, whoa, you SOBs, whoa! But this is why they call it Afton Canyon. As you can see, we're in a canyon. Steep walls and all kinds of stuff here, but it's definitely a canyon. And from the looks of it, at one time there was a nice river going through here, but that's why they flooded out the trains. But most of the time since I've been coming here, it's just nothing more than a little, maybe at the most a foot deep and maybe 3 or 4 feet wide, little stream running through. But hey, give us a lot of rain and who knows, it could flash flood through here again. Pretty cliffs where the water and erosion and stuff done it. It's a very scenic area for sure. It looks like we're back in the rocky area for a little part of the stream here. You can go around some of the boulders. You can't. There goes some little dirt from the back tire there. But you can't miss all of them all of the time. And here we go, rocky. There's a little biggie. Little big one there. Cathys had the idea this was going to be better. Pretty canyon. Kind of like rainbow there. Look at the water erosion and stuff. Really quite pretty and impressive. I've never seen anything like that, but it's a dry climate for sure. Ex-husband Bob loves this place down here, and he was here with her years ago, long before I ever came on the scene, and they went in a canyon and found some petroglyphs, and he's been looking for those petroglyphs, but I think the BLM closed it off, that you have to now walk in to hike in, and he's been out here numerous times looking for them and never found them again. And even out here one time, and he slipped on by this railroad track there on some loose rocks and broke his leg. They had to medevac him out of here, and he was walking in got some pins in his leg and steel pins, and he's walking on a walker for a while, and he's all completely healed up now. But he did that out here looking for those lost petroglyphs that he hadn't been able to find in years, and he'll keep asking Cathys if she remembers which canyon they were at or which little turnoff from the canyon, and she just don't remember and hasn't, but I think he's asked probably 50 times. chance he gets, he comes out walking, hiking. Had him a little motorbike, now he's got him a dirt bike. And he still loves coming out here from Vegas, looking for those petroglyphs. He even mentioned it to me yesterday at Thanksgiving. Hey, we got to get together and come out. Maybe we can find those petroglyphs. He's stubborn. I don't think he's ever going to give up.
No.
There's a whole bunch of off-roaders up here. See all the flags off in the distance up there on all their little quads or whatever they are. I can't really see them that much. They're taking a break over there.
Wait till you get up here when you can get a picture of them.
They're taking a break over here, and I didn't want to take a picture. That's the best I can do. We're down on the riverbed, and they're kind of up.
Should be able to get them.
Yeah, it's
There's quite a few of them.
a bunch of them. They got a lot of, looks like buggies, mostly buggies.
Well, there's a road right up in here where you get a picture of them.
Now I'll turn and pull up that way for a minute. Yeah, it's all kinds of buggies. We'll take a turn up this little wash thing. There's a little road going up. Get up there. We don't want to interfere with their little rest stop friends, but we'll go up so you can at least get a picture of them. Well, I'm gonna have to back down and take a bigger run at that two-wheel drive or put it in four, but a little loose sand there. Coming out of that sand wash, I don't think I could get enough of a run at it.
No. Watch behind you.
I am. Cathys saying, watch behind me. I am, but get up a little speed, see if we can make it up the trail there. Now we made it, just took a little more gas.
You can go over that way, that way.
Yeah, it's mostly quads and stuff.
It's just a few of them.
And little bikes, golf cart type buggies. But they definitely got their flags, a couple Mexican flags. Ooh, maybe it's gangs. Better watch it.
Oh, stop that. Don't put that on there.
Hey, what can I say? There are two Mexican flags there.
So what? That's terrible.
I'm filming them for deportation. Cathys will love that one.
Yeah, right.
Now all I gotta do is go see INS. They're on their way. Not hardly. I'd be much happier if they were all American flags, though.
Oh, well. Oh.
There's a picture of some of the scenic rocks around here. Quite awesome. Now we're going back down to the riverbed. Kind of made a loop there, but hope you enjoyed seeing our compadres down in the riverbed. They'd tell me, hey, gringo, get lost. Got the soft sand there when we dropped off that little hill, but give it a little gas and get the momentum going, and here we go again. Now we're back on the smart stuff. I may not be politically correct, but I hope I'm funny and entertaining. There's Cathys got a kick out of that one.
Yeah, he's funny, all right. But Ralph's got a big heart.
Funny,
I love him.
Funny, ha-ha, or TT. T-E, whichever. A little red, a little gray, a little black, a little brown. Definitely some unique formations from the water and rain and weather-wise.
Wait a minute, Ralph, there's a road up in there. We can get pictures up in there.
No, I'm not going to go in there. We're not that much time here. There's so many places to come out and explore that today's not a day that we're doing a lot of exploring. We're just passing through the main canyon. But there's lots of trails and canyons that you can go off and explore either on a bike or with a Jeep. Some of them are fewer for Jeeps because they're not that wide. And hiking, you want to hike up, climb up these hills. You'll end up on a high mesa of the desert and rolling hills and stuff after that. We've been up some of them a long time ago, but not lately. There's one down here where there's a hanging old mining operation up on top of a hill that they had to take cables to winch up to, which is kind of unique. hopes it's still here. Me too. It's kind of different. I'll get pictures of it if we see it. And you can see the fall. The bushes are even turning yellow and losing their green leaves and life for the winter. Getting ready for winter. Now we're in a little shade coming along the left side there. But that sure is pretty. And I said to you, imagine how many years it took for the rain to do that carving to make it look like that. Nice, beautiful red cliff looking thing. River run right along through there, so the water must have cut it through. And we are in a riverbed, even though it's been dry for a number of years. But sometimes there's water running through here. In fact, most of the time there is. It might be over there on the other side, little streams going through. But this was probably made when the flash flood came through and water came through at a lot bigger pace. How would you like to climb that? Try and climb it when a wall of water is coming at you? I don't think I would. I guess that's why they call them flash floods. There's some sunshine on the other side. The sun's up and behind us, but that cliff was so high that it blocked off the sun and made us a nice little shady area. There's some beautiful grays and reds. Little landslides from the sand up there. Now we're kind of out in the middle again. Yeah, if you've never been to Afton Canyon, it's well worth the trip and the ride. And if you come out here for 2 or 3 days, you can have a lot of fun with any kind of off-road vehicle. We just hit a rock sticking out of the sand that I didn't see. Kind of jarred us for a minute there. Got to get all excited.
My apologies on that. Boy, it scared me.
Well, I didn't see it either. I wouldn't have hit it. I was too busy watching the camera and sticking it out, looking up at the cliffs instead of watching the road.
That's what I was saying. Watch the road.
Yeah, I'm watching the road, but I just didn't see that rock. There's a little twig sticking up on that one. Well, so far from the looks of it, I'd say we're going to have a dry run through Afton Canyon. I don't see any water, haven't seen any sign of it yet. There's a Jeep and a pickup sitting down here. Oh, there they are, walking up to a cave up there in the...
Oh, that's that cave we went to.
Yeah, up in the corner there. There's a cave up there, and they're hiking up to it. We drove up in there once, up to that area.
There's a road that goes to that.
Yeah, it's right there, but they didn't take it. It's a wash, and if you can't make it up, it used to be a trail going up through there. You can see a few tracks, but none recently, but we drove up in there years ago.
Yeah.
Of course, there's a sign saying don't do it now. There's a little trail where somebody's gone around it, but they do have it marked as not to drive there. Hey, the Forest Service BLM, they like to have you hike. They want you to get your exercise. They're really concerned about your health. They got to think of us old codgers that are too old to hike. Give me a heart attack hiking. Got to a point where if I can't drive to it, I don't go to it.
Yes, us old fogies can't do it no more.
The only thing I got to say to Sierra Clubbers is side and totally gray on the other. And for right next to each other, it's such a awesome change of color. Kind of looks like drapes in a movie theater, don't it? The old movie theaters from way back when they used to pull the curtain on the theater or open it up.
Hey, where's that tree at that you said was spit out?
Yeah, it's crown of thorns.
Yeah.
There's a tree down here that's only grows in Israel, and somehow one of them ended up out here off one of these railroad tracks, and that thing has prospered and well, that was kind of hairy, but a little dip to the right and a dip to the left, and hey, we're all right.
The temperature on your radiator's coming up.
Yeah, well, that sand made it a little tricky getting up that little hill there.
Yeah.
Caused it to heat up the hair, but we're still within range, so I'm not going to stop. Oh, there's another vehicle over there, and we're going across a wide opening here at the moment. Then we narrow back down to another canyon there, but Kathy, we're still okay. When it gets to the half point, then I would worry. But right now it's all right.
You know, these hills, what they remind me of? Those ones in Arizona, or is it Utah? It's got them red mountains shaped like that.
Yeah, definitely.
That's what that reminds me of. Every time I see though, I think of that. Because they're red.
Yeah, where John Wayne films all of his movies. John Ford and John Wayne too. So
Yeah.
kind of looks like that, the way they drop off and stick straight up like that.
Yeah.
Petroglyphs are back in that canyon, but you gotta hike. See, it says closed there, so the road goes up and around here. And one time recently they had these cables like this, and flash flood came through and took out all their cables crossing this canyon down here, and it was open at the time because there wasn't no blockage, and we went around that whole loop, came out here. We still did, there was another canyon back in that one going off in another direction. We didn't take it because we didn't have the time, but I think that's where Bob's petroglyphs are hidden at, and we don't know, but because we haven't seen them. But as you can see, this takes a loop going off to the side. Well, we followed that loop from the other end. We'll show you the other end when we get up there. There's a little water down there. And we turned around and came around that loop and back out here onto the road again. But they have had this blocked off, which they had it blocked off with a sign there. They didn't have the cables back up again. But down here again, there's another place where it comes back onto this road, and that's where the cable is. I just passed this bridge to the left. If I can see it, I might have to walk out up on the railroad tracks to look at it. I'll try and get you a picture of that crown of thorns bush if it's still there. Like I said, they supposedly only grow in Israel. But there's one out here in the desert that's been here for a long time. Imagine how much money the BLM spent to bring these rocks in here to keep us four-wheelers from getting down on the riverbed. As you can see, well, it's actually getting the stream. The stream's coming up. There's some water, which is normally a lot bigger and more than that. But as I said, we are in a riverbed. I'm going to take off for a minute here. Hold on.